Hello folks, welcome back. It's February 3rd. Beautiful day here in Southern Ohio. It's sunny, pushing 50 degrees. We got a light wind. The bees are all out doing cleansing flights. Last October, I was feeding them pretty heavy. We had a really poor flow. But October, November, and December was really warm. They were too active. They burned through a lot of food. A few weeks ago, I used the lids up, slid some sugar bricks in. I could tell the boxes were getting lightweight. So today, I'm going to go through, pop the lids again, see how the clusters look. Any of them that are too lightweight, get another sugar brick. So let's take a look. Take a look at this one. Had a good population last time I took a peek. So as you remember, I use styrofoam board and a piece of plastic. Ease it back. Now you'll notice a little bit of moisture around this edge right here. That's it. There's no moisture condensation otherwise. Just enough for them to get a little bit of moisture to use. Oh yeah. Beautiful cluster of bees. It is solid all the way over like this. A little bit of sugar cake here. This is where I had some other sugar on some paper towels. I'll go ahead and remove these. That way they don't have to try to remove the paper. And I don't know if I can push them out of the way so I can put a brick down. Oh, just a little bit. Yeah, they're not wanting to move, are they? Come on. Get a little bit of this scraped up. Get off there. I want to get it over here by the cluster. What I'm seeing, there's a really good, this is a solid bees all the way over through here, and you got them over here working on this also. So we're going to put this on, button them back up. Looks really good, but I can tell by lifting on the back of this box it's pretty lightweight. We're going to put this back together and go on to the next one. Take a peek at this one here. Styrofoam up underneath the lid. Oh yeah, lots of bees here. They've got this plastic glued down pretty good. But they have pretty well finished all the sugar I've given them. Here's the remnants of some paper where I had put some like mountain camp sugar on. And they got a little bit of remnants of a sugar brick that I gave them. So let's see if we can get them moved off the top here. Right here, this is, another one that is solid coverage coming across here and back to most of the way back. We can get a little bit of this wax off of here, get a flat surface, and they're being pretty well behaved. Here's the sugar bricks that I'm using. It's just sugar and a little bit of water, pack it into a pan, let it dry. Put it over top of them, button them back up. Good emergency food for them. Easy to make, easy to install. I really prefer fondant, but I didn't have chance to make any, but I can make these real fast. Let's get the lid back on them. And button them up. Okay, let's take a peek at this one. Now this one's got a much smaller cluster. They don't look bad. We got seams all the way across here with bees on them. So they really don't look bad. They're just not quite as strong as some of the others I've been in. These are all carniolan based genetics. And they do brood down a lot smaller in the winter than some of the others. Let's see if I can get a little bit of this, get the bees down, get the wax bump down. So I can get these sugar bricks on. I want to get them right over where they are. Come on, bee, get out of the way. Come on. That should work pretty good. It's right over top of them. This was a real late season split that I made with a very late season queen. We'll see how they come out of winter, going towards spring. Let's take a peek inside this one. I'm just going right down the line. I've got styrofoam in this. I got this old beat up piece of styrofoam. This one's got the inner lid holding the plastic down. It looks like there's a big cluster up here. Let's take a quick peek. Yeah, this one's pretty full. I even see a couple hive beetles. Now I'm going to feel the weight on this one. This one's a little bigger. This box has got a lot of weight still. This is a deep and a medium. They've got a lot of weight. I'm not going to give them a sugar brick. I don't think there's any reason to. The box is heavy. You can see that it's pretty clean. A little bit of moisture right here through the plastic. Insulating the roofs work really good. Like I said, we've got a lot of bees in this one. Good population. I'm real happy with the size of the clusters on this one. Got a long way to go before spring gets here, but they're looking good. We're going to button them up. I'm not even going to mess with them otherwise. No reason to. On down the line. Got some concerns with this one. There's a lot of dead bees at the entry. We're going to pop the lid, take a look, see what's going on in there. So this is the hive that there's a lot of dead bees at the entry. We're going to take a look, see what's going on. Styrofoam. There are some bees in here, but I think we got a pretty small cluster here. See some bees coming up. This is where I put some mountain camp sugar on them back actually at the end of December. We got a tiny cluster of bees here. Not looking really good on this one. We'll see what happens. They've got sugar. All I can do is wait until spring, see really what happens, but they I'll All I got is baseball-sized group of bees here. Not looking real good for these girls. I'll take a peek in this one. I haven't been in this one for a while. I did see some bees flying earlier. I can hear them. Now they're not all the way up towards the top like some of the other hives. We'll take a quick weight check here. Yeah, they're pretty heavy still, and these three seams are packed of bees. These two, actually these three, probably this many bees. So I'm still seeing a lot of honey down in here. Yeah, see, there's still honey right there. I'm not worried about these girls at all. They got enough population. They've still down pretty far. They haven't needed to move up in the box yet. Good population, good amount of honey. So this one's doing pretty well. Another one that we're just going to button up. Come back and check them in a few weeks. These should be good to go all the way to spring, I'd say, the way this feels. Now this hive was been probably one of the most active ones today, out looking around. I don't know if they're probably collecting a little bit of water to bring in. A lot of cleansing flights, but definitely my most active hive today. We'll take a peek and see what's going on in here. So I got my styrofoam insulation and my 6 mil plastic. They've got a brick, partial brick here, partial here, and I see a pretty good population. Look at that. Nothing to be worried about on these girls. Good population, they still have plenty of food. They'll be good for a few more weeks. I'm going to do a quick, they're pretty lightweight. They are pretty lightweight, so I'm going to have to kind of keep an eye on them. In fact, I think I'll go ahead and see if we can slide another brick maybe just over in here somewhere. Get the bees out of the way. Go ahead and give them another one. Again, we had a really poor flow last fall, and the bees were way too active all up into about the 3rd week of December, actually. So, see if we can get this lid back on with the plastic in place. The breeze today is not cooperating, is it? Okay, we're going to do a few more here. I'm just about down the line. I'm not going to show every one of these though, but you're getting a good idea. So let's take a look at this one. Now this is a smaller one's looking like. This was another one of my late season splits. This one probably should have overwintered in a nuke box instead of a 10 frame hive, but it's okay. Get them off of that. That's part of the paper towel from December when I did a little mountain camp. That's the remnants of it right here. I'm going to go ahead and give them another sugar brick. I think they got plenty, but go ahead and give them another one anyway. So what I'm seeing, solid bees out to here and back to about here. So we've got a decent cluster, football shaped. For a late season split, that's pretty good. As you can see, they're really working hard on this sugar here. Box is awful lightweight. Again, they burn through an awful lot of food in November and December. But they survived the real cold snap. This up a little closer. I think they'll be fine. Nice little carniolan cluster. A little smaller than I'd like, but again, this was a very late season split. Now it looks like I might have had a woodpecker beating on this lid. This happened within the last couple weeks. So, I'm not sure else what would have done that. I mean, it came in 3 different directions. I don't know if it was hearing the bees inside. Not sure. So, now this one's a migratory lid instead of a telescope lid. And I do have a problem with this, with my method of the plastic and the styrofoam. It works really good, other than I'm getting a little bit of rain in between the plastic and the styrofoam. Now, no rain's getting in the hive, but it is getting in between there. So every time I get in this, I have to, a little bit of water I gotta pour off. Let's take a look at these girls. So I got a little pool of water right here. So we're just gonna dump it off the back side, put the bees in. Let's see here. Now this hive's got a little bit of weight, and I do see some honey over in these frames over here. There's honey here, 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 here. There's honey here. There's honey there. And that's, nope, there's honey there. These actually got plenty of honey. They're working on their sugar bricks though. You notice that. It's interesting that they do have a lot of honey. I mean, this is solid honey up through here. That is pretty interesting. What about this outside frame? Outside frame's got honey on it. Okay. Well, they've got plenty of food. Decent cluster. I got bees all the way back here on this seam, this seam, this seam, and back to about here on this seam. Another one of these late season splits. If you remember, I did a lot of late season splits and requeening last year. I think these will come out of winter really strong. I'm not concerned with them at all. Bees all the way up, real strong up through here and over, and a few over in here. But yeah, football shaped here. They're looking pretty good. Not as strong as some of the others, but they'll be mighty fine. They'll be ready for a good honey crop this year. Okay, that was pretty good. We went into winter with 18 hives. Several of them were late season splits, basically a nuke. They all went into 10 frame deep boxes though. So far, I've lost 2 of those late season splits, and one that I did show you is pretty weak. I'm not expecting it to make it. The rest of them look really good. Even the late season splits otherwise are looking pretty good. I had a few full-size hives overwintered. They're looking really good. So I didn't show all of them. didn't want to bore you with that many hives. So yeah, they're looking pretty good for February. This is February 3rd. We got some really nice weather for the next probably 10 to 15 days. I do expect a pretty good cold snap yet. It's too early in the year for this, but yeah, they're looking good. I hate that I lost a couple. You always lose a couple. They were just too small to survive that really bitter cold snap that we had there. So they look good. Now, what kind of videos do you want to see this year? We're going to try to brainstorm a few things with a couple of other guys I have locally, but I want to see and hear from you guys. What do you want to see in the hives? What else do you want to know about? These videos that I'm making are specifically to help the newer beekeepers. You know, first, second, third year primarily. As most of you know, I primarily do honey production. I do raise some queens. We do make a lot of splits, sell a few nukes. But what is it about honeybees and the raising of honeybees do you want to know more about? Especially if you're in, you know, southern Ohio, southern Indiana, northern Kentucky, West Virginia. We're all in the same type of ecosystem. So let me know. Either send me an email or put it in the comments below. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. If you don't mind, give me a thumbs up. Share these videos with other beekeepers, especially the newer ones. And I'll see you next time.